In the dazzling world of Hollywood, where wealth and fame can project a bright mask, actor Christian Keyes courageously walked into the limelight of truth. Known for his roles in notable productions such as Madea Goes to Jail, Keyes shattered the illusions of glamour, sharing a deeply personal and troubling experience. Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss our next video. Actor Christian Keyes, the amazing talent from Madea Goes to Jail, just dropped a bombshell on social media. He bravely shared his story about being sexually harassed by a big shot in Hollywood. The whole thing blew up on December 15th when Keyes uploaded a video on Instagram. It's a shocking revelation that has left everyone speechless. It takes a lot of courage to come forward and expose such behavior. This video has sparked discussions, and he is getting immense support from his fans. Keyes made a conscious decision to withhold the identity of the person who was responsible for the harassment. He pointed out that some of these individuals who engage in such behavior are highly respected and considered heroes by the public. Keyes identified a discrepancy in the conduct of this popular people, highlighting that although they are revered for some of their qualities, they also engage in negative actions. He stated, "Some of them are your heroes. Some of them are individuals whom you admire and say, yeah, such and such is incredible, and he does this and that, but he also does this." The statement challenges the public to reconsider their perception of these individuals by revealing a darker side to their behavior. Keyes took measures to protect himself by disclosing that he has been carrying a keychain recorder since 2005. The keychain recorder serves the purpose of capturing instances of harassment that Keyes has experienced or witnessed. The statement specifies that Keyes has been using the keychain recorder for protection since 2005, indicating a long-standing practice, by stating, "Sometimes it's our own people." Keyes acknowledges that problems such as harassment can arise from within one's own community, challenging the notion of safety among familiar faces. Keyes' statement may act as a call for awareness regarding the potential dangers and challenges that can exist within one's own community, encouraging vigilance and accountability. A Hollywood celebrity made repeated attempts to pursue Keyes, which was an unwelcome and prolonged pattern of behavior. Keyes continuously declined the unwanted attention despite the flirting, making it clear that he never would interact with anyone of such a nature. By referring to young black men on the payroll, the harasser allegedly attempted to seduce Keyes by implying that compliance with the harasser's instructions would result in a reward or incentive. The phrase "young black men on the payroll" suggests an attempt to force Keyes through deceitful and shady employment opportunities. The harasser reportedly made a separate proposition by offering Keyes a substantial sum of $100,000 in exchange for undressing, indicating a financial incentive tied to inappropriate requests. The explicit nature of the offer to undress for a significant amount of money underscores the severity and impropriety of the harassment. The monetary offer introduces an element of financial compulsion, illustrating an attempt to use financial incentives to pressure Keyes into compromising situations. The description reveals a clear violation of personal boundaries, with the harasser persistently making inappropriate advances and resorting to manipulative tactics. Keyes explicitly stated that he is heterosexual, indicating his sexual orientation in the context of the harassment he experienced. Throughout the video, Keyes made it clear that he lacked interest in the advances and propositions made by the harasser, underscoring the unwanted nature of the interactions. Keyes revealed that he has recordings of the harasser's actions, implying that he took proactive measures to document the harassment for his own protection. Keyes addressed the presence of confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements, stating that these legal agreements cannot prevent the evidence or recordings from being turned over to police. The mention of turning over evidence to the police suggests a willingness to pursue legal avenues to address the harassment, highlighting the seriousness of the situation. By clarifying the legal agreements won't prevent the evidence from being shared with law enforcement, Keyes is asserting his commitment to seeking justice without being hindered by contractual obligations. Keyes also expressed fear of potential repercussions on his career, suggesting that he may have hesitated to come forward earlier due to concerns about the impact on his professional life. Keyes acknowledged that he attempted to forgive the person responsible for the harassment, suggesting a conscious effort to move past the negative experience. Despite attempting forgiveness, Keyes admitted that the experience continues to bother him, indicating a lasting emotional impact on his well-being. Keyes specified that the harassment continues to weigh on him, especially when he's alone, highlighting the psychological toll it has taken on his personal moments of solitude. Keys expressed a desire to share the complete story, suggesting that there may be additional details or aspects of the experience that he has not disclosed. Keys mentioned that his brother convinced him to wait before sharing the complete story, indicating that he has sought guidance from family members in deciding how and when to disclose the details. The decision to wait, influenced by Keys' brother, implies a careful consideration of the timing and circumstances for sharing the complete story, possibly taking into account potential consequences or personal readiness. Keys assured his fans that he was doing well, providing a message of reassurance to those concerned about his well-being in light of the harassment experience. He mentioned relying on his faith, indicating that his religious beliefs are a source of support and strength during challenging times. Keys conveyed that he is strategically planning his next moves, suggesting a thoughtful and intentional approach to addressing the aftermath of the harassment. While mentioning strategic planning, Keys did not reveal specific details about the nature of his next moves, keeping certain aspects confidential. One of the planned moves involves playing recordings for the police, indicating an intention to use the recorded evidence in legal proceedings. Keys did not specify when he intended to play the recordings for the police, leaving the timing of this action open-ended. By not disclosing specific details about his plans, Keys is maintaining a level of privacy regarding the steps he intends to take, potentially to protect the legal process and his personal well-being. In light of this, critics find it strange that he's sharing this kind of guessing game with people, without just going to the police instead. This detail casts a bit of doubt on his accusations. The response on social media was swift following Keys' video, indicating a high level of engagement and interest in the issue he raised. Many social media users expressed support and admiration for Keys, commending him for his courage in speaking out about his experience with harassment. Some reactions acknowledged these societal challenges for men to come forward in situations of harassment, recognizing the courage it takes to break the silence. There were calls from social media users for Keys to present the evidence, including the recordings, to the authorities. This reflects a desire for legal action and accountability for the harasser. Keys' courage may have inspired engagement from others who may be facing similar situations, fostering a supportive online environment for open discussions about harassment. Keys' revelation occurred following Cassie's lawsuit and settlement with Diddy in November, providing context for the timing of Keys' decision to share his own experience. The mention of Cassie's lawsuit and settlement in November implies a potential connection or shared context between the experience of Keys and Cassie, suggesting a broader issue within the industry. Keys' decision to speak out may have been seen as a breaking of the silence surrounding incidents of sexual harassment in the industry, encouraging others to share their stories without fear of retaliation. The sentiment suggests an awareness that Keys' experience is not isolated, but rather part of a larger issue of systemic problems within the industry that need to be addressed. Christian Keys' revelation serves to illuminate the pervasive issues of sexual harassment within the Hollywood industry, bringing attention to the prevalence of such incidents. Christian Keys is portrayed as a symbol of courage, showcasing bravery in sharing his experience and taking steps to address the harassment he faced. Keys' intention to take the evidence to the authorities reinforces the notion that legal action is a crucial step in addressing and preventing further incidents of sexual harassment.